How do I introduce this? Right. What from your pocket? What is down?
No.
Right.
Cut that.
Take 2.
Hello everybody, and today we're here in Gartlane Arts Centre with 2 founding members of Buskaid, which is taking place this Saturday, the 22nd of December, on the streets of Waterford City. We're lucky to have Tadhg Williams and Anna Jordan, so we're going to have a quick chat with them about what's happening this year, how you can help, and what your help does for the people of Waterford City.
So what are we going to talk about first, though?
So introduce yourselves.
Well, you did that. Like, I'm blatantly Tadhg Williams, and that's blatantly Anna Jordan. Like, it's not like, you know...
You're like a bold student now.
Hello! So Tadhg, Anna, Buskaid 2019 is your 3rd year. Where did the idea come from?
So we started it in 2016, and I suppose the reason we started it really was because it was around then that the homelessness crisis really kind of was prominent in the news at the time, you know, and it was something that I felt very strongly about anyway. It was something that was very evident in Waterford. Like, I was busking a lot at the time myself, and when you're busking on the streets, you tend to see the people that are living on the streets as well. You know, you're sharing the streets with them. So for me, it was just a case of, you know, I'm a bit sick of this. I'd like to see something being done about it. Wouldn't it be lovely if the community of musicians in Waterford got together to try and you know, make some kind of a difference to it. I was standing busking one day, and like, I was on the street next to somebody, or maybe, you know, 10 yards down the road of somebody that was homeless, and I was looking at money in my guitar case, and that poor person had nothing whatsoever. Yeah. You know, so I was thinking, well, 2 and 2 together, there's something we can do about it. To put it in a very basic way, musicians on the street collecting money for 2 local homelessness charities, and that's the whole idea of it. And the 2 charities that we give the money to are the Tintean Housing Association and the Lions Club Christmas Hamper Appeal. And the reason we support them is because not only do they help people in finding them shelter, but they also help the prevention of homelessness.
It's a nice crossover there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the situation is, okay, yeah, the government are building new social houses and all the rest, and they are taking people out of homelessness situations, but the real problem is the prevention of homelessness. People are still, the homelessness figures are rising because we're not doing enough to prevent it. Yeah. So really what it is, like what Tintean do, for example, like, they give women and families accommodation with support, so they will address the issues that brought them into homelessness. Support is the most very important thing to do as well. Absolutely.
And that's what's often missing as well. And I suppose, Anna, from your part, I mean, you're famous in Waterford circles as well, like from the literary point of view. And I suppose that ties in with the music side as well, so you can bring in your friends and colleagues from that side as well.
Yeah, and I'd go in and do a bit of work personally throughout the year as well, through bringing literature into those communities that wouldn't have it on tap, you know. Yeah. As well, so like this is very close to my heart now, because like I could know a lot of the people and stuff like that at this stage that you've seen around, and no, it is. I think when Tadhg, it was Tadhg's idea originally, and he kind of formed a group and asked me to help out, like, and at that stage as well, and it's just regulated now that when you go uptown with your kids or whatever, everybody has the few pence in their hand. Who are you giving your money to? And they know everyone as well. You know, they'd know all the people on the street as well, so they'd know who they're giving their money to as well, and it's just so normal. So, but
it's a great way as well, I find, with Buskaid, especially following you the last couple of years. It's a great way that you're giving back, I mean, like, from the music point of view, that there's some great talent in this city.
Oh, it's always been a hub for music.
And that's what amazes me, and it kind of showcases that for one day as well. And I know a lot of the musicians might be out of their comfort zone because they might play an electric guitar, for example.
Oh, I didn't play electric.
But all of a sudden they have their acoustic guitar and they're out and they're singing. And
it's about
people amp up and stuff like that. Now it's just a range. You don't have to be just the guitar busker.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, like, the other thing as well is, like, we try and give everybody an opportunity. Like, it doesn't matter how talented you are in terms of, like, how long you've been playing your instrument. Like, you could be playing your instrument a year. You might know 5 songs.
It's the point of that. It's community, working with community.
Exactly.
And this year we have like poets and storytellers and stuff like that. We have like anything can offer, but it's not just it's not just the musicianship or the storytelling that we're asking for. We're asking people to shake buckets as well.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I suppose that's the important part as well, because the musicians themselves will be busy playing.
Yeah.
So you need the people there to give the helping hand.
Yeah.
Well, every kind of art form is absolutely appreciated if anybody can lend it to us. I mean, like any kind of, like there was videographers getting involved with us, if any photographers want to come on board, painters, if you want to do a bit of painting on the side of the street, come and help us, seriously.
It's just
like
all forms, really. Mime artists, don't care. Don't, like, literally, don't mind, like, do you know, it's just...
But it's a great way of bringing the arts to the people as well. And I suppose Waterford, again, we're kind of famous for the arts, because when you look at the likes of Spree and other events that are on, and of course your Modwords as well, like, it's a great way of bringing things to the people. But this, because it's free and it's out of the street, you don't have to go to a venue. You're passing it as you're in town.
And you know, first year we raised 3,700, last year we raised 5,500. So if we can build on that again this year, great.
That's just brilliant.
If we got anything in and around that.
And it goes to show what a small bit of this change can actually do.
Absolutely.
No, it is a big thing. It's really a big thing. Like I know it's the kind of cliche that anything that you throw in helps, but when everybody throws in anything, it really does.
It all adds up.
It does. Yeah.
A big group busk starting in John Roberts Square at 5 o'clock. On Saturday
and that's where we'll have, let them know it's Christmas.
Everybody gets involved, and we're going to do something a bit different this year as well, right? We're going to start in John Roberts Square, the big group busk. We're going to bus there for maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we're actually just going to start walking while we're busking, and we're going to walk down to the apple market, right down to the centre of town, and it's going to be like a parade of buskers walking into the middle of town.
Brilliant.
But everybody can join it as well. Everybody.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
So there you have it, lads. Buskaid 2019. All the email addresses will be there and who you get involved with. So if you want to play the B-flat triangle or even just shake a box, get in contact, get involved. You can make a difference.